Jean Booth is a former co-owner of Hobtop Bulldogs, a successful bulldog breeding business based in the UK.
Hobtop. Well, it was when we moved down to Little Grimston. We started going to one or two shows, just out of interest, and then decided. Well, we had a bitch and we'd mated her, and one or two of the people in Bulldogs had come. We joined the Yorkshire Bulldog Club, and it was the secretary of the Yorkshire Bulldog Club. It was his dog that we used, and she only had 2 pups. We had a dog before that, but when we joined the club, they all said, well, if you want to breed or show, that dog's no good. You know, he's a nice bulldog, he's a nice pet, but he's only a pet. The secretary of the club said, well, I know somebody who's used my dog and they've got a lovely bitch puppy. So he says, we can go and have a look. Well, they brought Susie in, brindle bitch. Oh, and she was so skinny. And she crawled in. She was filthy. And took one look at you, and I said, can't leave her here. I said, we got to have her. And this friend said, you don't want, no, you don't want. I said, yes, we do. She was the one that had the 2 pups.
And after breeding their first bulldogs, Jean and her husband Peter set up their business, Hobtop Bulldogs. The status they gained after starting their business meant that they would judge in different places around the world and become a recommended place to buy a true English bulldog.
At least once a month we'd be judging in Spain, all different places in Spain. We've judged in Spain, Germany, Italy. I judged in Australia, Grandad judged in Japan. We got invited to judge in America. And we got invited to judge in Brazil. I've done Bulldog of the Year 3 times, and your Grandad had done the Bulldog Club Incorporated, which is the biggest club show. And Bulldog of the Year there's 3 judges, but it's a big honour to be asked to do Bulldog of the Year, because there's only champions or dogs that have won challenge certificates in Bulldog of the Year. You couldn't judge abroad until you were a championship show judge here. Not now. Anybody can go and judge abroad, but then you could only judge abroad if you were championship show judge here. We had Best Bitch at Bulldog of the Year. We had Piccolo, who was Bulldog of the Year, and we've had 3 bitches that have been runner-up bitches at Bulldog of the Year. We got a challenge certificate with Snow Queen at Crufts. And, we've had first places and that at Crufts.
They sold bulldogs to many people from around the world.
I was just getting ready to go out, and the phone rang, and this bloke said, he says, I'm the concierge from the Grosvenor Hotel in London. I was like, what are they ringing me for? And he said, we've got a guest staying with us. He said, he's looking for a bulldog puppy. He said, and the Kennel Club have given us your telephone number. So he said, have you any puppies at the moment? And at the time we did. So I said, yes, we have. I said, but they're not ready to go yet. they were only about 5 weeks old. So I said, oh no, he says, that's fine. He says, I'll tell, the guest that you've got some. He said, and he will probably ring you. So I said, the gentleman I'm talking about is George Foreman, the boxer. And I thought, is somebody having me on? Is somebody playing a joke on me, So I said, well, I'm going out in half an hour. So he said, oh, that's fine. He says, I'll make sure he rings you, in the next 10 minutes or so. Well, put the phone down. Then about 10 minutes later, it rings again, and I answered it. Well, there was no mistaking it was George Foreman, because this booming American voice, and in the background I could hear these women talking, American accents. And he said, I understand you've got some puppies. So I said, yes, we have. So he said, well, I'm really interested. He said, I'm told that they're not ready to go yet. I said, no, they're not. He says, well, we're leaving in a couple of days. He says, but I've got your address. He says, once I get back, he says, I'll write to you and confirm it. So I thought, well, this isn't any hoax, because no one in England could sound like him.
Jean did receive a letter from George confirming that he did want to buy the bulldog from them, so he arranged for them to go to America to bring it to him. As well as this, they have sold to many more people, ranging from soap stars to mafia members.
Some friends of ours had been judging in America, and Richard, he had a bulldog bitch at the time, and he'd been asking them, about, he said, is there a good dog? Well, they said, well, as far as they were concerned, there was only Piccolo, He said, but don't know whether they'd sell him. So in the end we said, yeah, let him go to Richard. They started taking him to shows. And one day he said to his wife and his daughter, they were going out shopping. He says, well, buy something nice. Buy yourself something nice. I mean, money's no object. And they came back, and he said, they were both laughing. So he says, what are you laughing at? She said, and his daughter said, wait till you see what we've bought. So he says, why, what have you bought? They'd only bought an RV. They said, well, if you're going to shows, you can take Toby in the RV. But he says, I'm going to see how he likes it. He said, if he don't like this one, he says, we'll get a bigger one.
Through fantastic experiences and achievements, both Jean and her husband Peter have led incredible lives.
It was fantastic, because it was just absolutely perfect, the best.